Hey everybody, it's Christina and welcome back. So it has been probably since February that I posted a video, and my plan then was to come back and start making videos again on a regular basis. But of course life happens, and let me just tell you what kind of things that happened. In the middle of February, we found out that my husband Scott had a brain tumor. Thankfully, thank you that the brain tumor was benign and it just needed to be removed. So he underwent a 9.5-hour surgery. They said that brain tumor it probably has been there for decades, and it still just blows my mind that the recovery part was a little tricky, because he recovered from the brain surgery just fine. That he had no problems from that. He had other issues that he's still working on, but we are on the better side of that working on. So, but anyway, yes, he had to have brain surgery, 9.5-hour surgery, and thankfully he is doing so well, and thankfully he did not need any follow-up treatments or anything like that. So it's just been, that was just a wow at that time. And then right after that, our son ended up with a viral infection for 4 weeks. And it was one that he just needed to ride it out, and it was terrible. He could not walk. There was days he couldn't walk. It happened, the height of the worst part of this was when he was doing his last 2 weeks of his freshman year of school, and he had to take finals, which most of his classes were virtual, but he had to take finals, one of them in person, and he had to get to school. Otherwise he was getting incomplete in that course, and he was not going to have that. So he did get there, and he did very well for his first full year of college. We're so proud of him. But thankfully he's doing better, and he has zero effects left from that. He's doing so much better. And then last week my mom had to have surgery, so it's been quite crazy. And every time I think I want to come back to making videos, something comes up and it just doesn't happen. I've been thinking about what kind of crafting I want to do, and card making is definitely not up on my list anymore. It has not been on my list. I can't even tell you for how long. I've posted videos on how to use certain products, but I have not made a card in forever. And it really made me think. And even when I was putting these boxes together, I didn't feel sad. It was almost like a relief that these things are going to go to someplace else, where somebody's going to use them, and they're not just sitting in my craft room collecting dust. So we are going to be doing a destash of all of my card making supplies, from ink to stamps to dyes to embossing powders. You think of it, it's probably going to be in one of these boxes. I put together 12 large size priority mail boxes and 12 medium size priority mail boxes. There's 24 boxes altogether. And then there's 3 other boxes. One of them has Copic Markers, and then there's 2 mixed media boxes. We're selling the large ones for $150. Shipping is included. It is United States only, and it's being done through PayPal. I do have a link in the description of this video that'll take you to my website or my blog, where you can do the purchase of it instead of having to email me and wait for me to get back to you. This is just a link that'll, to buy it now kind of thing, I guess you could say. And it'll just be there. It's way easier. Plus, if I'm working, then you don't have to wait for me to reply by the evening. So there's 12 of each. And like I said, shipping is included in the price. The $150, $125, and then there's special prices for the Copics and the 2 mixed media. I am doing United States only for shipping, just because it's so hard or so expensive to ship outside of the United States. And yeah, so I'm going to open up one of each of these size boxes so you can get a sense of what's inside them. And just keep in mind, remember, these are used items. They were items from my collection. Some of the stamps have been dyed with inks. There's nothing wrong with them. Some of them have yellowed, and I think that is from maybe the packaging that they originally came in. I noticed some of them that when I kept them in the original packaging and moved them into different types of packaging for storage, the yellowing stopped. But there's ones that are much older stamps and yellowed. I don't know if that was manufacturing, if it was the packaging that it was in, because you have to be acid free when you're working with clear stamps, and these are all photopolymer stamps, so they're expensive ones, and I think that's just what happened. It's age and product. It's just the packaging or the way that stamps were put together or manufactured back in 2012 or however old some of them are. And of course, there's dyes that I've used and they're going to be there, but there's nothing wrong with those. They work perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with the stamps. It's just that I'm not using them and I want to move them on. Let's open up the boxes so you can get a sense. Now, each box is going to be different. It's not always going to be what you see in this, the large box or the medium box. Every box is going to be different. You're not going to know what you're going to get. I tried to do certain things the same, like each box is going to have like either 1 or 2 distress oxide inks. It's going to have ink pads in it. Some of them have cardstock. Some of them have paper. All of them have stamps and dies. So just how many of them depends on the size of the box. Anyway, let's just crack in. I'll show you what's inside one of each of the size of the boxes, and then also what's inside the 2 mixed media boxes and the Copic markers. I'm going to first show you the large mystery box and this particular box, what I put into this particular box, so you can kind of get an idea of what's going to be in them. So we're going to start with, I'm just going to pull things out just so you can kind of see. So we have a 6x6 paper pad that I don't think has any sheets missing from it. This one is a brand new Tim Holtz 3D textured fade. So I don't have the same stuff in all of the boxes, but this is to kind of get you an idea of what's included in a $150 box. I do have in most of the boxes a package of cardstock. This is the 4 1/4 by 5.5. This is stuff that I have in my drawer, and it's a mix of all my different types of cardstocks. It's either paper tray ink or Simon Says stamp. Mostly it's paper tray ink because that's what I had cut. I also included some cards that I already had folded, so there's card bases in here, and then just regular sheets of white cardstock in 4 1/4 by 5.5. This particular box, I have 2 Distress Oxide inks in it. I have 4 dye-based. These happen to Simon Says Stamp and Hero Arts are the 2, so I have 4 of those. I have threw in here because I had 2 brand new ones, never even used them. They're the scrapbook.com with the domed foam blender. There's ones that have the Tim Holtz brush blenders. There's also ones that were Tonic Studio blenders. They're mixed in with other boxes, so you might be surprised to get one of those. This one has 2 Distress Oxide, and the larger boxes all come with 2 Distress Oxide, and then one of the Pink Fresh Studio watercolor inks. And I made sure to get them all nice and packaged so you don't have to worry about them, spilling or leaking when they get shipped. I have 3 alcohol inks in here, again, all packaged. I'm going to pull the stamps out and I'll show you those, just what's in this particular box, but I'm going to show you the rest of the stuff first. This one has 2 Nouveau drops in it, along with a shimmer powder, I think is what they called, a Distress embossing glaze. This is one of the Tim Holtz Distress embossing glaze. This is a Nouveau embossing powder. I put a little collection of one gelato, I think is almost in every single one of the boxes, including the smaller ones. I have 3 Distress crayons in here, 2 Zig Real Color Brush markers, and then I also, before we get to the stamps, have 2 stamp cubes. They'll vary between Simon Says Stamp and Distress Oxide, or not Distress Oxide, Distress ink. And then I have 2 packages of cardstock. Again, colors will vary. In the back of the ones that usually have the mirrored, this is the Tonic mirrored cards. There might be, 1 or 2 sheets in there, but I did include my card bases that were cut in half, my 8.5 by 11 cut in half cardstock, some full sheet white cardstock, some cream colored cardstock, and then we get into the mirrored cardstock. So that is included in there. And this one has a variety of a couple different color cardstocks. These are the full sheets. And I just kind of stuck them all together in one of the job ticket sleeves that I keep them in. If there was a piece of scrap, a nice large size piece of scrap, I kept it in the container or in the package and threw it in there. Then we have all the stamps. So let's see, I think I have things in here. So this one has 2 stencils in here, and then I also have, oh, maybe that's it. And then I also have the stamps. Any stamp sets that have dies with them, the dies are included with the stamps. So, for example, this Big Bug Hugs by Heavy Doodle, which I think I used this little sentiment, but that would be it. And the dies are in the back, so they're all included. This is clearly besotted. This is a Lawn Fawn with the dies in the back. This one is Ink Spot, no dies. This is a Gina K. This one is one of the Technique Tuesdays that have the yellowing in it, but they work great. This particular one actually happens to be a Countdown to Christmas, which I used for many years ago for a December daily. I don't do that anymore. This has another one of the Technique Tuesdays. This is from 2012. That's how long I've had this stamp set. And this is one of those ones that are great for if you're a planner. This is actually one that was in a kit that I purchased, a Scraptastic kit. And then I also have a Stampers Anonymous, the foam rubber stamps in there. That one, again, brand new, never even used. That's why I know that it's just time to kind of move this stuff on. And this one, Alta New stamp set, these are the Building Flowers ones. These are expensive, and the dies are included with that one. Another couple stamp sets. This is a Clearly Besotted Sentiment one. This one is a Studio L2E stamp set, which is great for planning, but it's kind of just to give you an idea of what you'll see in the boxes. Oh, there's another stamp under here. This is an L Studio stamp set. And then we get into the dies, and I have I can't tell you how many die sets are in each package. It kind of varies because of the ones being in the cards, but this kind of gives you an idea. This is a memory box one. Again, probably, I don't think I've ever used this one. That's a snowman one. This is one of my most used, a bundle of stitch shapes by Simon Says. This is a Mama Elephant stamp set, or die set. This is a Stampin' Up one. So there's a whole bunch of different, there's Tim Holtz, there's Lawn Fawn, there's all different dies. So again, that'll vary, and the large size boxes are at, I'm selling for $150. That includes the shipping. And then this one is the medium sized box. And I'll just take out and show you again what's in this one. So I have a package of this one has an alcohol ink and 2 of the Nouveau drops in it. I'll show you that. This one has 2 distress crayons and a gelato. A Tim Holtz, I don't know, they're hearts. I don't know if you can see them, but they're just little hearts. A Distress Oxide spray. This is a great little starter kit for if you know somebody that's looking to get into stamping. It's got embossing powder, a package of the note cards there, or the colored cardstock along with card bases. Again, stamp sets. This is a Simon Says stamped background. This one has paper tray ink stamp, Studio L2E. This one is another Technique Tuesday, an Allie Edwards. And then I also have stencils in this one, a stencil, an embossing folder by We Are Memory Keepers. And then again, any stamp sets that are in any of these packages, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. Any of these stamp sets that are in the packages, also if there's any die sets, they're included with the stamps. So they're in there as well. Like this particular one is a, what was this called? A desktop file inspiration. It was one that you can make your own little Rolodex out of, and the dies are included in that one. I don't think any of these really had any dies with it. There's no rhyme or reason in what's going to be in each of these boxes. It's all different. So that's why it's going to be a mystery. All of the dies, there's quite a few die sets in this one. This is a Birch column. This is a Simon Says Stamps. That's a Heavy Doodle. Sizzix, Paper Tray Ink. That's a Tim Holtz. A Heidi Swap one from quite a few years ago. And then this one's a perforated flap. I think this was pretty popular when it first came out, was a Simon Says Stamp. So that's included. And then you also get some inks in here as well. Just open this up. And like I said, I'm trying to keep everything nice and packaged, especially if it's got liquid in it. So this one has a Zig marker in it, 2 dye inks, a full pad Distress Oxide, 2 mini distresses, and another little mini cube. And no, this one just happens to have like things that coordinate, but I did not do that on purpose. I also have my Copic markers, which I'm selling. I'm doing one at $200 and the other one's at $250 because these are very expensive. Set B, which I think is this one, they both have 72 markers in it. I forget which is which. Okay, 72 markers. This is set B, and this one on Amazon you could buy it for $330, and I have used these maybe 5 times, so most of these markers have never even been used. And this is the A set, and this one goes for $390, so I'm selling the $390 for $200 and the $330, which is their price. That's the Amazon price. I'm doing that one for $200, so $250 and $200. If you want both, whoever gets to me first, I'll do both of them for $400 because then I could just ship them together. I also have 2 other medium-sized flat rate boxes. This is a different version of the medium box, but in this one is going to be a little bit, this one's being sold separately from the mystery boxes. I did include kind of like a mixed media box. This one's very Tim Holtz themed, this particular box. I don't even know what these are called. These are baseboard dolls. Well, let's just get the non-Tim Holtz things first. I think that's going to just be these 6x6 paper pads. We have 4 6x6 paper pads. Most of these I picked up at Technique Tuesday. This one happens to be a washi stack. It's all washi paper. And this was one of my favorite ones for the longest time. Cedar Lane by American Crafts. Loved this paper collection. So you got 4 6x6s in here. Then the rest is, I think, all Tim Holtz. Oh, no, wait. We got one non-Tim Holtz. It's a Delusions journal. I was going to get into mixed media. Never did. We've got a wood grain cardstock in here. The cardboard or chipboard dolls package, never even opened. A lot of these things were never even opened. Floral layers, botanical layers. These are some acetate transparent butterfly wings, I think. They're wings. This clipping sticker, which I don't think, again, something else I did not open. The sticker book, never used. Most of the stuff in this box, with the exception of maybe the 6x6 paper pads, were never even opened. I think maybe I might have opened one of the tissues and maybe took 1 or 2 stickers out of these, but these are all never used. This is called Big Talk. This one is Chit Chat. It's a little sticker pad. I think I did take a couple of stickers out of this one. Well, one, looks like. I have a Distress Grit Paste. This one's never been opened. For some reason I had 2 of those. A collage medium in the matte finish, a collage medium in the, or collage medium crazing, I guess, and then the vintage. So I think these were sold as a set at one time. And then I have their collage paper, and I may have opened one of these, but this one I could tell you it's not even opened. This is called Travel. This one is just the plain one. I think this is the one I opened. It's typography. This is the botanical floral and aviary. So that's what's included in this one. This one is $75. Again, shipping is included with it, and you get all of the Tim Holtz goodies in here, as well as the 6x6 paper pads. All right, so this is another mixed media box, and this one will be $100. I have 3 jelly plates in here. There's an 8x10, a 5x7 jelly plate, and a 6x6. None of these have been opened, so they've never been used. They're brand new. I have the Faber-Castell Pit markers, Pit Artist markers. I think I maybe used these once. So a box of those. Oh boy, I can never say. Kuretake watercolors, I think is the right way. I think that name is actually longer. Has the plastic on it. Some of these are cracked, but that's the way they came to me when I ordered them. They work just fine if I can get the plastic off the top. So I still have the plastic cover in it, and I think the only time I used these was to color in the chart that is on the inside of the box. I also have in here some watercolor cardstock, some Yupo. I've got a couple packages of Yupo paper in here. The tray that you can put your inks in, your just alcohol inks. This one has 5 Altenew what do you call these? Mini ink pads in the, let's see, did I have a Volcano Lake, Rose Quartz, Puffy Heart, Mountain Mist, and Purple Wine. And then I also have in here Distressed Texture Paste and another brand new thing of the Grit Paste. I don't know why I have 2 of these, but all right, so that's what's in the boxes. Pretty cool, huh? So all you have to do is follow the link down below in the YouTube description. Head over to my blog so that you can order if you are interested, any of the mystery boxes, and also the links for the mixed media and Copic markers are there as well. A reminder that I am only shipping within the United States and we're only doing PayPal. All right, everybody, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. That link is also, or my email address is also down in the YouTube description if you have any questions. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Bye.